Come on in to Sister's Tarot. Gather round, everyone. I have here my trusty magic 8-ball. Let's take a look inside, see what it has to show us today. This is a general reading for the air signs. Take what resonates and leave out the rest. If you don't resonate with the reading, feel free to check out my other videos. You may have some messages there. Now, without further ado, let's start the reading. I know it's been a while since I've been here. I'm glad to be back. I had to help someone with something personal, to help them through something. So, should be able to get back on track. And I'm going to be using the Stranger Things tarot. A little bit more. Have the Two of Dice, which is the Two of Swords. Too many. That's flopping. I'm not taking that one. It's like, okay, come on now. Cooperate with me. Hope everybody's been doing all right. Okay, now let's stop giving me so many cards. We have the Moon. I'm not taking that. I just slid there. And feel right. Let's see. Is that one? Yes. No, that's two. Come on now. We have the King of Dice, which is the King of Swords. Definitely their sign energy. I'll take that. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, now at the bottom of the deck we have Page of Dice, which is a Page of Swords, which it can be watchful energy, but I'm going to see how it unfolds first, because it's not, it doesn't have to be. We're going to start with the Two of Dice. You're trying to make a decision about a situation. And I'm also picking up with this, what I'm picking up in this card and how this deck does. It looks like somebody watching over your shoulder. So that just makes sense with this Page of Dice, which is Page of Swords. Someone is definitely watching you. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad reason, something bad. It could be good. So let's see. Surrounding the rest of the cards, I don't see any, and I'm not feeling anything negative. So someone is watching out for you at this time. And it's got your back is what I'm getting from this, because in this deck there's somebody behind him looking at the map. While he's looking at the map. So while you're trying to figure out what your next move is, you have someone close to you that you know in your vicinity that's watching over you, whether you realize it or not. So someone definitely has your back at this time. And then we have the moon card. So with this moon card here, and this amongst all these cards here, you may not even be aware that you have somebody watching over you. Again, I'm not picking up any enemy vibes here. So it's somebody that's your ally. Someone who's secretly watching over you that you may not be aware of. That is trying to not watch you like in a negative way, but to protect you behind the scenes is what I'm picking up without your awareness. And is trying to make sure that you're taken care of and has your back. So this is someone you're definitely not aware of, but it's someone who knows you, and you may still know who this person is. You're just not aware that they're doing this. Then we have the King of Dice, which is a King of Swords. So it's definitely somebody trustworthy, and I'm not picking up this has to be your energy. It can be, but I'm picking up this could be someone that has air in their chart. Even if they're not an air sign, they may have air in their chart in a prominent place, whether it's their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I'm even picking up could be even their north node. So whoever it is somebody older than you is what I'm picking up too, possibly. And is wise. Let's see what else I'm getting before I move on to this here. I'm also picking up with all these little red specks on here. There's many enemies that have tried to form against you in some way and has made you a target. And this is exactly why somebody is watching your back, trying to help you behind the scenes, to help you in a situation. Because they too are aware that you have many enemies, not because you try to make enemies, but in life we always, if we're doing something right, more times than not, we're going to have enemies, because that's just how life is, unfortunately. So you have to take the good, bad, and the ugly. So someone is definitely seeing that you have enemies. It's not just you. So if you're wondering if it was just in your head about it, no. You definitely have hidden enemies, especially with this moon card here, which is also Cancer energy, but it doesn't have to be. The moon it's trying to hide things. Something is trying to hide itself from you. But I'm picking up you're aware of this, and so is this person that's watching over you. So this is not a spy card. It is, but it's not in this situation. Even though that you might have hidden enemies that's also watching in spying. But I'm picking up more, this is good energy. So this is this watching over you energy that I'm getting that from this behind the scenes here. While you're trying to figure out your next move and what you need to do and moving forward with your project, your business, studies, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever project. While you're trying to figure out your next move, you have someone behind the scenes watching over you and has your back. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to start spinning in your favor and really working out for you. And I'm also picking up tic-tac-toe with this. So you're really going to start having your things come into alignment is what I'm picking up from that. So things are really going to work in your favor. So where it may not have in the past, things are going to start picking up again. So if things have slowed down for you, it's going to start spinning the wheel of fortune. It's going to start spinning its wheel again and working out in your favor. And start picking things up again. So your project is going to pick up. And I'm also seeing financial, the word financial in my mind's eye. So financially as well. So I'm going to see if there's any clarifiers before I take any more cards, because I'm going to go ahead and take another cards, because I'm only going to be doing for now, for a while anyway, just one video a week for each element. So until I start doing more, I'm going to make a longer reading for each element, so that way I give you more at least still. So I'm going to see if there's any clarifiers before I take the next set of cards to go under here. Still going to be the Stranger Things tarot. Oh, shut up, stomach. I try not to, yeah, I've already tried it different ways with that. I try to eat before and it still does. I try to wait till afterwards it does it, so it doesn't matter. It just has a mind of its own. Okay, moving on past that. Now, I prefer not to be on a full stomach right before I film anyway, because that way I'm more tuned in. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting a no. Or it's getting clarifiers for now. So I'm going to go ahead and take another set of cards here. Then we have Eight of Spokes, which is the Eight of Cups. So with, shut up. So with that being right underneath the Two of Dice, which is the Two of Swords, you had to walk away from a situation is what I'm picking up too. So you did the right thing because this was not for you. But so if you've walked away from a situation, you don't have to, from a person, place, or thing, take it how it resonates. You were ready to turn over a new leaf. And that was the right move for you. Strategically, especially. As in, this was meant for you to do because it was holding you back, is what I'm picking up. Even if things still came to a standstill after you moved on, due to any given situation, it was still the best move, so that way when you start getting back on course, it's not going to hold you back once you get started back again. That's what I'm picking up. Go ahead and take another card. Then we have the Ten of Spokes, which is the Ten of Cups. And this being right underneath the moon, that definitely, all of this is showing you definitely made the best move, because now you are going to be quite happy, and this could be something long term. So if you haven't already moved into a connection with someone, you soon will be, and this will be your Ten of Cups, where you had the Eight of Cups energy, because you were not having equal give and take, is what I'm getting, for whatever reason. And especially, even it was too many cards, so I couldn't take it, especially when the Lovers was wanting to come out. So this also could be a love interest of you that's watching over you too. So even if you're aware that they may be watching over you in a different way than you may expect, but not in a weird way, obviously, in a loving, caring way, to make sure that you're taken care of, far as nothing bad happening to you. I'm also picking up from here too a partner. So this might be someone who's more of a partner to you, and definitely an equal give and take on all levels, and is helping you and you help them, and vice versa. I'm also picking up past energy, that another reason why you need to move from this situation is because for whatever given reason, it might have been put you in a target as well, made you a target. So maybe their enemies was attacking you as well. Not saying that you just leave a situation or someone because of that, because when you're in a connection, of course, you take on each other's personal enemies or what have you. But this just made you a bigger target. And you moving away, that gave you some breathing room, because you didn't have that holding you down either. And not saying that this new person, as I'm picking up, you're connected possibly with a new person, and this new person is not that they don't have any enemies, obviously, Everybody has some form of enemy in their life somewhere. That's their antagonist. Antagonist. Yeah. So everybody has that, even if it's just one. I mean, nobody has a life where there's nobody that dislikes you. Everybody has at least one person. So I'll move on to the next card. And I'm also picking up, of course, this new person could also be, with this Ten of Cups being right underneath this moon, they could be a Cancer or have Cancer in their chart, but it doesn't have to be, just to make that clear. I'm also picking up with this Ten of Cups underneath the moon that it could also, it was hidden from you that this person was meant for you in the past, is what I'm picking up, for a reason. Because both, so I'm picking up, you might have reconnected with somebody you've known from your past, but it didn't work out before due to both of you needing life lessons and growth separately before you could come together so you could truly appreciate each other in this go round. Especially when we had the Wheel of Fortune here. That's what I'm picking up too. So I'm going to take a next card. I'm also picking up with a skateboard and this bike. You might have known this person since you were a kid, like teenage years, like 15 or 16 years old. And possibly some of you could be as young as 10 years old. Just take it how it resonates. So this is somebody you've known for a very long time. And I'm picking up with this Wheel of Fortune connected to it. Something has happened to where you come into each other's lives continuously in different time frames. But it just wasn't ever right for you two to be together at those given times. And then we have this door right here. This is not, this is where I just split the deck so I could shuffle, but this door here is pulling my attention. Like the door was not ready, it wasn't time to be open to you, either of you yet, but it is now. And then that's in reverse. So 10 of dice, which is a 10 of swords in reverse, being underneath the king of dice, which is the king of swords. So this is not something to burden you down, where you had possibly been burdened down before, whether it was with this person or not, or this person you walked away from. Things are starting to, the doors are opening up to you now, so it doesn't have to be burdened down for either of you. So things are going to start going from what seems so melancholy is what I'm picking up to more of your 10 of Cups energy. Well, we have the 2 of Strands, which is the 2 of Wands. So you can look forward to things working more in your favor with this 2 of Strands, which is a 2 of Wands underneath the Wheel of Fortune. So you can look forward to things working out in your favor, and the Wheel of Fortune is definitely showing itself, like you're looking out into the future, into a brighter future, as you can start seeing I'm getting the light at the end of the tunnel now, where it seemed like you never was going to see that because it was like you were in the darkness, like the dark night of the soul in the boat, so to speak, trying to find your way, metaphorically speaking. And now you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, how things are going to start unfolding and the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor now, and things working out for you. Because you're exactly where you're supposed to be, more on track now. I'm going to see if I have any need to take any clarifiers, and I'll be using the vice versa tarot before I move on to the oracle. I'm going to go ahead and get a clarifier for this Page of Dice, which is a Page of Swords. That is too many. Then we have the Three of Wands in reverse. So there is no more waiting around for either. So you may have been in the past connection that you may have been in, it might have seemed like they were always putting you on waiting, and you weren't going to go for that. That's what I'm picking up. Like, you got tired of it and just left it alone. But you saw the truth in that. And now the connection that you may be in now, or soon will be, this person is not going to put you on waiting. And you won't have to second guess how this person feels. Especially for those of you that resonate with, this is someone you've known since your childhood, from either 10 years old or 15 or 16. You've actually built up some kind of friendship and connection in different time frames before you two came together in the first place. Even if you've had a relationship before, it just wasn't time yet for the both of you because you had more growth. Just the sheer fact that you've known each other for so long is really going to help. What's going to help build that foundation, because you have roots. You have you're familiar with each other, and you come to grow and know each other more. So you formed some kind of connection outside of just love before this even came together. That's what I'm picking up. And there is no more waiting on things because there's no reason, because you already know each other. That's what I'm picking up. Let's see if there's any more clarifiers I need before I move on to the oracle. Okay, I'm hearing clarify the Eight of Spokes, which is the Eight of Cups. Okay. This person that you walked away from wasn't putting the work in. You were doing the heavy yourself. So you definitely did the right thing walking away. Even if sometimes it lingers in the back of your mind wondering if you did. This is just clarifying, no, you definitely made the right decision, because they weren't putting the work in like you were. And it wasn't an equal give and take the way that it should have been. So you choosing not to work on that connection and walk away because they were kept trying to put you on waiting or whatever they may try to do, and you were like, no, because you knew you deserved better. So you went for what you knew you deserved. And with this being right here too, the Hangman, they had this person could have had you trying to stay connected, but you didn't want, you weren't going to do this, in stagnation. So this is what's going to help your Wheel of Fortune to turn again. So again, this person was holding you back. Even if you had to, when you walked away from the situation, this person, and things might have come to a standstill, it was only because you had some personal things to take care of. But now that you're getting back on track, that will help you to move forward. And I'm also picking up, you don't have any grudges or anything like that. You just left it where it was. You have no feelings for it, positive or negative. It's neutral. It's just what it is. You had lessons learned, is what I'm picking up. And you hold no resentment towards the person. And you may even wish this person best of luck or best in things in life, but you're not going to sit there and just play around in the little illusion or whatever you may have been in, especially when we have the Hangman here, because that can be about illusions that you needed to see through. But I'm going to go ahead and excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the oracle now. Okay, we're going to start with the Earth Magic Oracle. I'm also picked up something else too in the middle of moving the other cards out of the way for the oracle. The person that you're maybe connected to now, the new person, or if you're about to be, if you haven't yet, take it how it resonates, because everybody's on a different timeline. It's not saying that you two will not have problems, obviously, because there is no such thing as a perfect relationship, as in you're still going to have arguments or disagreements, but this is going to be something that's worth taking the risk is what I'm picking up. I felt like I needed to put that disclaimer out there. Well, not really a disclaimer, but put that message out there. Well, that's too many cards anyway. That wasn't enough shuffles to me either. Childhood, innocence. Okay, that's just confirmation. For most of you, whoever actually resonates with this reading, this is someone you definitely know since your childhood that you're connected to now, or will soon be if you're not already. It's someone you've either known when you were around 10 years old, or around 15 or 16. Take it how it resonates. So, definitely picking that up. This is definitely somebody you've known for a very long time. So, I'm picking up, some of you might have moved into a commitment fairly early, which seems fast to other people, but they don't realize is you've known each other since you were kids. Again, even if it's 15 or 16 on your half or their half, whichever it resonates, that's still a long time, especially if you're like anywhere from your 30s to 40s or range. I mean, you could still be in your 20s and that still be a good while, but I'm picking up this, it could be for someone older than that. At least anywhere from 30s to 40s. It doesn't have to be. Take it how it resonates. And I'm also picking up, you two could have great adventures together as well. And there's a lot of outdoors here, so might like the outdoors together. Is that this one card? Yes. Wolf instinct. I'm also picking up you may be more of a lone wolf. That's what I'm getting. And so is this person. That's another reason why you get each other, because neither of you really hang out with a bunch of people. And you just stick to yourself. And one or both of you could be in tune to your instincts and your intuition even. Quite well. Very much tapped in. Too many cards. Fire, passion. There's definitely much passion in this connection too. So it's definitely not just friendship. It's definitely a passion between the two of you. I'm picking up. It's not just passion, like in a lustful way either. Like love being there. And then this is wanting to pull to my attention. So this is something that can be won't say set in stone like in that way, but like something that will stick, last. What's this? And then we have compassion and love. So that just, all of this shows that it has more than just some fling to it. Well, that card just fell. Let me get it. Fairies, earth magic. So this might even seem like magical in some way, as in you could have even if you're not yet, is what I'm picking up, as you two come together and evolve in this relationship, whether you're in it quite yet or about to, take it however resonates, This has the potential to have more of a spiritual connection, even if it hasn't yet. So be patient is what I'm picking up. So if you're already in a connection and you're wondering, is this ever going to come to a more of a spiritual side? This is confirmation that yes, it will. And then we have Gaia, nurturing. And I'm picking up if the two of you get more in nature, that would be good for both of you. And I'm also picking up that both of you are very nurturing to each other. So this will definitely be something worthwhile. And we're going to move on to the Love Messages Oracle. I'm always with you in spirit. So I'm picking up, even when you two might have been apart, during the time frame you two were apart, somehow you are still connected. Whether it's in a dream state, they enter your dream, or some form of a spiritual connection that you had, whether through telepathy or just in your dream state. I'm picking up, for many of you, it might have been more of your dream state, that somehow they just kept popping into your dream and you kept questioning, why does this person keep popping in my dream? And some of you might even got irritated and thought, well, maybe it's, they're trying to do that. But a lot of times that those things happen just to let you know, don't forget about this person, because it's not time to just write them off. It just wasn't time at that time. I did not mean to like that. I did my straw. Kind of lift it out of there too much. Okay. Well, let's get another card. And this can blossom too and go a long ways. Again, I'm picking up when you might have been together. For those of you that's been together in the past, that actually had a relationship. It wasn't just that you've known each other since childhood. The bud, it was just a bud. It wasn't ready to open up and blossom yet, but now it is. It's all about timing and about both of you learning your life lessons that you need to separately before you come together. And it'll also help the union form stronger in the bond. I'm trying to remember how that goes. Time apart makes the heart grow fonder, something like that. I can't remember exactly if that's quite right. I'm sure you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. I truly want to work on this connection. So this only just backs it up that this is not just a you thing, that both of you are truly wanting to make this work. And you're listening to your intuition, your instincts at this time. Both of you is what I'm picking up. And you're truly wanting to put the effort in and make this actually work out. So this person feels the same way. Because if this is really your reading, you feel this way too, not just them, about truly wanting to make this connection work. And this go around and keep it together. And you're both ready for it. You may not have been in the past. Whether one or both of you just had commitment issues, or just because it just wasn't time yet, because you had too much on your plate and it wasn't time to have anything serious at that time. But I'm picking up both of you are ready to have that now. We both still need more time to heal and grow from it. Now, with that being said, there's still much growth and healing that needs to happen, but this is something that you both can do together now. So what healing and growth that you need separately doesn't mean that healing and growth isn't still needed. That's because, you're still going to always need something to heal from or grow. So this is something that you both can do together. And I'm also picking up because there is some form of healing and growth that needs to happen. More than likely, both ends. It's not going to be just one-sided. There's going to be passion. And I'm picking up whoever resonates with this. Both of you can be passionate people. When there's passion involved, you got your positive and negative sides to that. So you're going to have to be patient and understand Sometimes people say and do things in a moment of passion. Doesn't mean they mean what they say sometimes. Sometimes things come across in the wrong way and misunderstandings happening. Now when I say that, I don't mean like abuse, verbally, mentally, emotionally, or none of that, or physically. No, I don't mean things like that, just to make that clear. I just mean no one's perfect. We tend to say things in heat of passion, and that could be good or bad, as in we may say things that we didn't necessarily mean to say. And I don't mean saying something verbally abusive in that either. So just make that clear. But no one's perfect, so you can say things that could hurt the other person's feelings and not meaning to, because you have, especially if you're both going through this healing and growth time, you're more times than not going to say things to each other due to possibly projection on each other without even realizing it. And then you need to go off to your own corner, cool off, and come back together and try to work on it, is what I'm picking up. So don't let those passionate moments, those negative passionate moments, again, not meaning abuse, just to make that clear, in normal circumstances that don't talk about, I don't have that involved. Don't let that what pushes you away just because you had a passionate moment of saying something you didn't necessarily mean at the time, due to your own hurt and pain you had within you, and vice versa. You may say things without realizing what you're saying because there was a moment that triggered in the connection that caused you both, or one of you, which could cause both of you to say things you didn't mean, because sometimes things happen, more times than not, things happen to trigger what needs to be healed so you can both grow. So that way you can both not only grow as individuals, but as a couple, and make that bond stronger. I'm going to get another card. My emotions for you are still there. So after all this time, I'm picking up, after all this time, the emotions between the two of you are still there. And with this fairies and earth magic being above that, I'm also picking up God and your spiritual team brought you two back together, is what I'm picking up. And it wasn't hard for you to pick back up where you left off, because you still had love for each other, is what I'm picking up. You never fell out of love with each other. Even if it seemed like you did, it's because you cut it off deliberately, is what I'm picking up. Because you knew it wasn't right, at least at that time. But for it to keep entering your dream state, because I'm picking up strongly, it's more of a dream state, especially when you have fairies and earth magic here too. They kept entering your dream for a reason. I mean, sometimes people can do that because they're trying to do that, but I'm picking up that you got the confirmation you needed to find out that it wasn't them doing it. Take it how it resonates. This isn't going to be for everybody. So make sure you use your own discernment whether to make sure that it was not something that was manipulated. But I'm picking up for whoever resonates with this reading, this was not a manipulated situation that they kept entering your dream. Even if at first you might have thought so, but you got the clarity, or soon will be if you hadn't already, that this, especially when we have innocence right here, showing here, and I'm always with you in spirit, this was not manipulation. This was an innocent situation as it entered in a natural state of your dream, because you were meant to come back together. And at the bottom of the deck we have, and I didn't even look at the bottom of the deck with this one, I'll look at that. I can't stop thinking about what we had. So I'm picking up strongly both of you at some point. This kept lingering in the back of your mind. So again, that just clarifies about entering the state of your dream state, because But the fact that you both couldn't stop thinking about each other, even when you tried. So, let's look at the bottom of the deck with this one. Oh no, I did look at the bottom of that. Never mind. My bad. Okay, I'm going to now move on to the Beyond Lemuria Oracle. We have high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, and that being right underneath the childhood innocence. I'm always with you in spirit. That's definitely showing there is love there, especially when we have two hummingbirds. This is definitely a love connection for sure. Of course, it's all these cards showing and everything in the reading, but this is definitely real love. It's not something short term. This is definitely something that can go the distance. We have solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination, and that being right underneath the wolf instinct. I truly want to work on this connection. This definitely with the area with your ego. So you have a healthy ego. It's also where your gut is. So you definitely are being guided. I'm feeling you were guided back together. And with this being, I truly want to work on this connection. You both have the courage to take on this connection too this time. And you listen to your gut instincts. Between instinct and the solar plexus chakra. And it's going to pay off that you listened and didn't just write it off. And that you listened and looked for it. And didn't just write it off, turn away. You gave it another chance. Okay, we have starseed elemental. So, with that being underneath passion, we both still need more time to heal and grow from it. Starseed elemental. So, especially that being under passion here, you both are spiritual in some way. Even if you have, again, what I was picking up, if you've been longing for more of a spiritual connection and wondering if this is ever going to become that, this is just more confirmation that yes, it will. To answer that question, that lingering question you've had within you, that you may not have verbally spoke upon, but you've thought on it. That you both have a spiritual side that's going to come informed together. So if one person in this connection has seemed like they were more in the 3D while you were more in the 5D, there was a reason for it. But it's not, does not mean that this cannot form more into a spiritual connection, because things can work out in a different way than you may expect. Sometimes, more than times than not, one person that's more spiritual can help lead the other one more to spirituality and help them. And also having this balance within each other. So one person, the other person that wasn't as spiritual could also help bring you more into, ground you more. So that way you're not too out there in spirituality, that you're not connected the way you need to be on an earthly level. So there's a good balance between the physical and spiritual, and vice versa. So where they're not too much in their head in the sand, and you're not too much in the clouds, so to speak. So you kind of balance each other out and help bring that balance within each other. So you not just too much in one or the other. One last card. And it don't matter about the gender role that I'm about to say. Is having that masculine and feminine energy come together creates that balance too. So if you want you want one to be more in the other, but you complement each other. It doesn't mean that neither of you are going to be spiritual or one person just too much in the physical. It just means you help balance each other out. In a positive way is what I'm picking up. And have that more masculine and feminine energy. The yin and yang quality. I'm picking up, especially for if you had a because if this is your reading, this will resonate, because otherwise this is not your reading anyway, because what all this reading has come to unfold. That was another problem. The reason why that other person wasn't putting in the work is due to the fact there had to be that yin yang, and there was no yin yang. It was either too much yin or too much yin or yang. You take it how it resonates. So you needed somebody that was willing to meet you in the middle. And this connection has that, and it will go along the long distance. So it's not necessarily that saying anything bad about the other person either, because if they just need their counterpart that matches them on the opposite spectrum on that, is all that means. And it was just time to let go. But it doesn't mean that it was for nothing, that it doesn't mean that it shouldn't have happened. No, because you still had life lessons. Take the lessons that came out of that. Our ancient future. And that being right underneath. Earth magic, my emotions for you are still there. I'm picking up one of you is more, this is where I'm going with it, but it gives you that wavelength. And here's the yin yang too, right on the fishes, the goldfishes. Well, no, that's not goldfishes. I forgot what kind of fish that's called. Oh, but anyway, one of you with the ancient and future here, I'm picking up one is more old school and the other one's more new, but doesn't mean that either of you can't have some qualities of vice versa. But this is what's also going to balance things, because it will help. One person will have something the other one doesn't have, and vice versa, to help bring this full circle in things. And one doesn't have to be like extremely older. So it could be anywhere from 3 or more older, but at least, even if it's just 3 years apart, you'd be surprised how one could be more old school while the other one's more new school. So take it how it resonates on which part that is for you. But that's also what's going to help create that balance and have that magical spin to it. So it brings old and new together. That's what I'm picking up from that card. Then we have loving compassion. So this is definitely a loving and compassionate connection that you've entered, or soon will be if you hadn't already. Again, take it how it resonates, because everybody's on a different timeline. But this is definitely something that can become more on a spiritual level. So it won't be just physical. So even if I'm picking up, you've been feeling for whoever has been questioning in their mind. Again, this is all clarifying it, that it has potential. If you've been wondering, is this just going to stay with it, one person just too much in the physical and the other one's too much in the spiritual? No. It's going to all come together in alignment. It's just, you're going to have to learn to work together, which when two people come together, they come from two different worlds anyway, and you have to learn how to blend and compromise and learn how to work together and try to form two lives into sharing one. And that's not an easy thing to do anyway. That no matter what, you can have your challenges, but those challenges brings growth. So just keep an open mind and don't be quick to write things off, even if it seems a bit rough at times, because no relationship is perfect. You're going to have your flaws. You're going to have your moments. As long as there's no abuse involved and things like that, you know, not cheating and all that sort of thing. Just accept the fact, outside of that, they have their way of things and you have your way of things, and you have to just learn how to compromise and work together. So just because something didn't work in the past doesn't mean it won't now. So just be more open-minded at this time. And also I'm picking up with this here, which looks like 2 DNA here. It's also the fact I'm picking up ancestry from that. So it's like 2 different ancestry backgrounds coming together, learning how to form into one together, because that's when you come from 2 different backgrounds, even if you have similar situations, it can make it hard to work through. But if you truly love somebody and they truly love you, as long as you both are willing to work at it, you can bring those 2 different worlds together and work it out. So it's just a matter of whether you're willing to. And love is not just a feeling. Let's just put that out there. There is way more to love than just feelings. If you truly want something to work, it takes hard work from both ends, not just one side. You have to both want it and help make it happen. So I'm going to see if there's anything overall before I close out this reading. I'm also picking up with all this vibrant yellow and orange here. You're definitely going to have a brighter future together, as long as you're both willing to keep working together. But I see the potential is definitely there, as long as you're both willing to work at it. I'm also picking up a pearl here. So there's definitely a hidden gem within this situation for both of you that's yet to come, and it will reveal itself soon enough. And listen to your intuition and instincts in that, and your own discernment, and pray on whether this is definitely truly your message or not. And take what resonates and leave out the rest. And pray and ask about which is for you and what is not. With that being said, be sure to turn on the notification bell so you know each time I upload a new video. And like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless.